So it's only been about a week since I last talked about Suzy Lu, but during that time, so much has happened. Suzy Lu made a response video, and a bunch of people responded to it, exposing her for the ridiculous lies she said in it, the most notable of which being people like The Quartering, Optimus, John Swan, and Tipster, who in addition to responding to Suzy Lu's response video, has also been covering a lot of the stuff Suzy Lu has been doing over the past week. If you want to catch up with all of that, I highly recommend you go and check out his channel. Now, outside of the video response Suzy Lu gave, she's been giving a ton of crazy responses on both Instagram and Twitter that has been causing quite a stir in the community. Her antics are getting just comical at this point. The first thing I'd like to read out is a response on Instagram, which starts out with her saying, "I'm the only one here who has answers to the questions you never ask. It's so easy to blindly follow, to believe whatever you read, but trust me when I say it's far from the truth. YouTube took down some videos from their website and that's it. It's not as deep as people keep trying to spin it, and as for the content I produce, you can love it or hate it, but you can't stop me from hitting record and entertaining those who love it. Much love to all the creators who have reached out and supported me this past week. Much love to the fans who have a brain cell to see what's actually happened, and not follow the words of those who try to clout chase and start a witch hunt. I've read so many articles from people claiming they were close to me, and I can confirm I've never met or spoken to these people. The desperation from people trying to grow off my name doesn't surprise me, but it's always sad to see. I've watched many creators get cancelled, and I guess in people's eyes, it's my time, but at the end of the day, I don't do what I do for the loud haters. I do it for people who get enjoyment from my content, and that's why you will never see me stop. Every day, more lies are printed about me and my content, and I'm not going to address everything because frankly, I'm too busy, and a lot of my business is no one else's. But for my fans, just know I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here for you, and I'm sorry that you can't reach me right now. Just know I'm still creating for you, and keeping you in my thoughts." Well, it doesn't seem like Suzy is keeping her fans in her thoughts as frequently as she'd like them to believe, because John Swan got some access to some Discord messages that were sent between her and Steejo, and they're talking about their haters quite a lot. This first Discord message comes from ..fear, and he says, "He legit paid for your Patreon? That's funny as hell." Suzy then responds, "He became a Patreon to leak the launch of my website, so my PR DMCA'd the tweet." Steejo responds, "He done it twice. The John kid too." Smiley Face Cutter responds, "That is a normal thing to do when you are trying to get dirt on someone." To which ..fear responds, "To be honest, I thought you said on the community about your site." Linehead shares a Discord message from Steejo where he asks, "Why do Americans celebrate Hitler's birthday?" John Swan then replies, "Does someone want to answer the man, or are you just gonna leave Steejo hanging?" John Swan continues to show some Discord messages from Steejo that say, "You have a small peepee. I am big peepee. You are inferior." Once again, this is 100% real. Suzy Lu says, "Age is just a number. You're a big poopy." John Swan then ends this Discord leak off in a tweet that says, "How does it feel to have me living in your head rent-free? Mad bro?" These Discord messages start out with Steejo sharing a tweet from John Swan that says, "We have someone on the inside." Nodley1988 then responds, "These idiots take everything out of context. Master manipulators. All of them. Extra views and thumbs up." Steejo then responds, "It ain't a fucking bank." Suzy Lu then replies, "Conspiracies. Hahaha." Steejo then responds, laughing my ass off. To which Nodley replies, "Hahaha. Someone on the inside? What a dumb fuck." Suzy replies, "So what you are saying is people are looking for a way to cause more drama to get more views? Doesn't sound like something respectable people would do. Oh wait, having to deal with children is exhausting. Lol." Nodley then responds, "You mean these aren't smart, respectable, decent human beings?" Steejo then replies, "You've got to laugh when people are tweeting single lines from a Discord. They really like the conversation about insults." Nodley then responds, "I can imagine." To which Steejo replies, "When we were using playground insults to figure out what the next one after simp would be, he got real triggered that I called him the John kid." Suzy then replies, "That's what happens when you deal with 5-year-olds. Yeah, fucking poopy." Steejo then replies, "Newsflash, dumbass, you're a child. Calm down." Suzy then responds, "It's an insult to Alex Kidd. Or is it Alex Kidd? Sit down, sir." Nodley then responds, "News just in. Suzy has to deal with dumb children on a daily basis." They've clearly stayed in Neverland too long and haven't grown up. John Swan comments on these by saying, I've been working on other shit all day, but these people are still talking about me. It's hilarious. The Discord is so dead, by the way. Literally, it's mostly mods talking. Green equals mods. Some ordinary gamers then takes the screenshot of Suzy saying, age is just a number, and captions it on his Twitter by saying, big fucking yikes. To which John Swan responds, Suzy, no! With a screenshot of Suzy saying, age is just a number. You stop caring once you figure your life out. Now, the funniest thing to me in these Discord screenshots is that when you use Discord, you can give special roles to people so they have like enhanced permissions to some extent, which is what John Swan was pointing out when he said the mods had green names. The default color for someone who has no permissions in a Discord server is white, which is the color that Steejo has. So even in Suzy Lou's own Discord, Steejo is getting cucked out of permissions. Anyways, on to some more serious stuff. John Swan tweets out, important message, I just got this from my source. Quote, copyright holders are aware of Suzy Lou and have been gathering evidence for a massive lawsuit in the United States. Her Patreon page was just forced to remove all content. After the content was removed, she posted this. Suzy's post reads out, hey guys, so many of you may have noticed that I've taken down the backlog of videos that were on this Patreon. That's because we're moving everything away from Vimeo onto our own CDN that we run for the website. We've been meaning to do this for months, but we were waiting to make sure that everything was robust enough that there would be as little disruption as possible. This was actually the reason that we started the website in the first place. With the VIP on the website, we'll be able to have much more control over what we're offering in terms of added benefits for you. Not only will you be able to get the VIP exclusive videos, but we'll also be able to give you guys no ads on the rest of the site, money off merch, that we should have had by now but coronavirus has put a stop to that for now, benefits for long-term members, discounts, birthday gifts, the list is endless. All of this you can't actually do with Patreon at the moment. You don't have to worry about your Patreon pledge rolling over into the next month, as we'll have a code for you to use that will give you a discount for the first month. We're still working on the full details of this, but we'll keep you posted. Obviously, this is a big change, and the content will be different, but this means that you will be getting a lot more for your money. As for the videos moving forward, the VIP will not have to worry about the videos being transparent, but they will have edits. While this might disappoint some, it's to keep in line with fair use, and it keeps the companies happy too. It also means that I get to continue to create reaction-based content that you guys love. More to come in the next weeks. And then John Swan shows a screenshot that shows that Suzy did indeed end her Patreon. Scarce responds to John by saying, remember 3 months ago when she was in talks with TV Tokyo? Lol. John Swan then replies, how the tables have turned. Repsion reacts to this by saying, well now, she basically admits that what she was doing was not fair use. Now she's finally going to edit these raw anime reaction titles, because she's trying to cover her ass from being sued. I hope they still sue her. Mark After Dark responds to John by saying, I literally warned her after Augie's stream that she needs to stop this bullshit or it was gonna end badly. Not a threat, I pleaded with her. I actually felt pretty bad after that stream for her, but she learned nothing, and now here she is. I wanna feel sorry, but I can't. Nick50438 responds to John by saying, so she admits what she was doing up until now wasn't fair use? If she's changing the content and adding edits to keep within fair use, then she clearly wasn't in it prior. That's what I got from it anyways. John then replies, yup, that's pretty much what was implied. Lionhead decided to do a bit of digging into the legal department of Suzy Lou's website, which resulted in him finding this and tweeting it out with the caption, it's a nice law firm you've got there, Suzy Lou.
You know, I'm kind of curious about what Suzy Lou's legal department actually is. I'm going to do some looking into this. Legal department, Suite 101, Claymore House. Let's have a look at where this goes. Oh, they don't spell department, right? So I have to click on it. What's this? PO box. Doesn't seem to be any law firm. Legal department, Suite 101, Claymore House. What if we look at the address in Google Maps? Oh, it's a post office. It's Steejo's PO box. Interesting.
This information was so hilarious that the Quartering decided to do a video talking about it.
It says that this is a lawyer's office, and it's listed. I have a legal complaint. I represent an anime company, and this is where I'm supposed to direct all my legal. It says, is this Suite 101?
I mean, this is a mailboxes, etc. We're not a law office. I'm not sure what else you want me to tell you, man.
Oh, sorry. Do you know who Suzy Lou is?
Cindy Lou Who from The Grinch?
No, sorry. My dog was hacking up something in the background. Sorry about that. He's an older dog. Her name is Suzy Lou. She says that you take care of her legal stuff.
Yeah, I've never heard of that person in my life, so.
Oh, okay. Well,
sorry
weird.
about that.
Yeah, sorry to bother you. Stay safe.
Yeah, you too, man. Stay isolated.
I don't know what the heck that was about. Oh, maybe it's because her lawyer is listed as actually just a mailboxes, etc.
This did not please the cuck Stijo, and caused him to tweet out, "A massive thank you to the Quartering for letting us know that someone has majorly breached GDPR by sending personal information to a third party. Maybe now you will get a call from our lawyer." The Quartering highlighted the replies and likes on Stijo's tweet, and posted it onto his own Twitter with the caption, "Instant regret, Stijo tweets." The Real's Matt responds to him by saying, "Lol, who the fuck cares about some shit EU regulations when we live in the US? The Real Soul then responds, "All countries outside the EU must comply with the GDPR. But this isn't a GDPR thing, since no personal data or privacy were compromised. Stijo is just a fucking idiot." Stijo then replies to him by saying, "The American company that sent Jeremy the private information has breached GDPR by disclosing it to a third party. How is this hard to understand?" Soul responds to him by saying, "That info is on your girlfriend's website. It's public information, you cunt. And a phone number or address does not fall under private information for GDPR. Private information would be leaking credit card info, social security number, birth certificate, etc." Stijo then replies, "There's a PO box address on the website. That's not the personal address. There's also no phone number. Personal information does fall under GDPR. There is also implied confidentiality with legal documents that have been passed over." Soul then responds, "You sound more dumb the more you talk. As far as those leaked legal documents, that's between you and your law firm, not anyone else. You should probably Google what GDPR is and what it protects before opening your mouth again," showing a screenshot from Suzy Lou's public website that shows the address and email to Suzy Lou's law firm, aka the PO Box. Soul continues by saying, "Anyone can Google that address and call the number that is linked to. Therefore, it's not private info." Stijo then responds, "That's not the same fucking info that's been sent." Stijo then responds to the first part of Soul's reply by saying, "That's a PO box. Quote, you sound more dumb the more you talk." Soul then responds, "Google any public address and a phone number will appear. Not private info, bud." Moving away from the cuck for a moment, someone named Nostalgic Brony tweets out, "Remember Suzy Lou from YouTube Rewind 2019? Well, she's now in the middle of a countrywide/international lawsuit with TV Tokyo and other anime companies. Words to the wise people, never steal and react to anime shows that you're supposed to pay for. End of story." Suzy then quote tweets us and says, "Fake news." Sebastian responds to Suzy by saying, "Important question though, did you wipe everything off Patreon, or did Patreon wipe everything off?" Suzy then responds, "My team has been working on a VIP package for the website since February. We are in the process of moving everything over to be in one place. It's really not that deep." Lightning Games responds to Suzy by saying, "It's not fake news, as Ivy has emails with Viz legal team sending them links to all videos with evidence." Suzy Lou responds to him by saying, "Viz Media sent the same copy-paste to anyone who sends a complaint to them. I know the guy who works at their legal team. If I was in some crazy court case, trust me, it would be everywhere, not just a rumor, lol." Suzy Lou then tweets out, "Very suspicious that the day after the Quartering gets an email with all my personal details that people start quoting my full name, address, and mobile number. Thanks for doxing me." I am so bored of reading fake news about Suzy Lou. There is no court case or drama with anime companies. A third party struck my YouTube last year, and the strikes were countered and removed. This third party has now released my info illegally to a YouTuber and is being dealt with privately. As for the rumor about another channel being hacked, and having money stolen by a fan of mine. If that's true, I find that behavior disgusting and I don't condone it. No one deserves to have money stolen or their website hacked. Well, it would have been nice to one day introduce myself on my own terms, but seeing as drama channels like to dox people, I might as well say, hi, my name is Lucy, but you can call me Suzy or Lou for short. Please, don't visit my home. Finn might eat you. Good night. The Quartering responds to the doxing allegations made against him by saying, 100% grade A bullshit. Repzilla responds to him by saying, man, I've been keeping up with the Suzy Lou stuff, and in this case, you don't know this woman is a liar, pure and simple. Nicholas Diorio says, oh look, Suzy finally has her back in a corner and is trying to pull the victim card. That's adorable. Dale responds to Suzy Lou's doxing allegations by saying, very suspicious that your lawyer works at a mailbox's ETC. Any updates on that? You'll probably block me after this, but if I could give you any imperial advice, I'd actually go on the Quartering. He stayed courteous, apologized, and a good opportunity for everyone to hash it out. Stijo then responds, that's just a required address for complaints, not our lawyers. I didn't think people were this dumb. Lol responds to Stijo by saying, look at you, put on your big boy pants. Not bad for a simp. Hey Stijo, after the lawsuits, can you work at your local McDonald's? Stijo then replies, what lawsuits are you people talking about? Lol then replies, man, why you lying? It just makes you guys look worse. Why purge Patreon? Dale responds directly to Stijo by saying, thanks for the reply Stijo, was just an actual inquiry, no real case to refer to people as dumb. Generally, it helps people see your side of an argument. If you clear things like that up, then don't call them dumb after just a tip. Stijo then responds, sorry about that. Been dealing with a slew of idiocy in my mentions recently. It's hard to determine which are genuine questions or not. Reese's weirder response to Suzy's doxing allegation by saying, the Quartering, if you know her real name, they could have looked you up on an electoral roll record, and phone numbers and addresses are available in peoplefinder192.com. I think it is, for a fee. Stijo then responds, can't get mobile numbers that way, and the address isn't on the public electoral roll. Reese's weirder also responds to Suzy by saying, the Quartering re-recorded that bit, so he didn't dox you. If you watched the video, he did explain that. Jeremy does not advocate doxing. Stijo then replies, you mean he didn't dox her publicly? Malleus Maleficarum responds to Stijo by saying, you understand what you type on Twitter is still liable, right? Because you may want to read that exchange over again. As a lawyer, I'm sure you'd agree. Stijo then responds, you may want to read that exchange over again. There's no liable, it's suspicious. He didn't dox publicly. Starting off from a new Twitter thread, someone called Derps YouTube Official makes a tweet at Stijo that says, you know this could be used against you, right? If you want to prove you and Suzy are truly innocent, come on and talk on my Discord server. You'll have to DM me for the link. He then shows a screenshot from a YouTube comment section where someone called Gamesman says, maybe the next video should go over all of Suzy's flag history. Stijo responds to him by saying, dude, I literally flagged GG Reloaded in this video. I think that shows I don't give a flying fuck about who I flag. It's up to YouTube at that point. Ebony14 responds to Stijo by saying, I thought you don't flag people. Hypocrite. Stijo responds to him by saying, changed my mind after seeing how triggered all these little boys got. Stijo responds to Derp's tweet by saying, you mean the proof that I've held the exact same opinion on flagging from the start? That it doesn't matter who flags someone, it's up to YouTube to decide? Use that against me all you like. Derp's responds to him by saying, dude, you literally admitted to abusing the flagging system, laughing my ass off. You can't claim innocent unless you are innocent. Another tweet made at Stijo comes from Micro Revenge, who says, threatening the Quartering with your lawyer isn't as intimidating as you may think, especially if you are your lawyer. Stijo then responds, if Jeremy read my tweet as a threat to himself, then he has more issues than I first assumed. Mikaru responds, you're not talking to Jeremy, you're talking to me, and it was obviously a threat. I understand, you are scared now and backpedaling. Stijo responds, God, you are all as bad as each other, to which Aika replies, and there goes Stijo knowing that Mikaru is right and he leaves. He is speechless. Stijo replies, someone breached GDPR by sending personal details to Jeremy. Jeremy pretended he called our lawyers. I said maybe he will get a call from our lawyers regarding the GDPR breach. How is that difficult for you to understand? Mikeru then replies, "I don't need your explanation, dumbass." To which Stijo responds, "Because you refuse to accept anything other than what your messiah says. Nice to know that you are a closed-minded sheep." Holy shit, that is the most hypocritical, ironic, and projecting tweet I've ever seen, considering that nobody defends Suzy Lu except for her boyfriend, Stijo, so someone could easily copy-paste his message, send it to him, referring to the Messiah as Suzy Lu rather than the Quartering. Normally, when YouTubers get caught in doing something bad, they try to push it under the rug or they rebuttal for like a couple months and then realize they're wrong, but I've never seen people as adamant to drive home that they are in the right, despite overwhelming proof that they're not, than Stijo and Suzy Lu. So it seems like this drama is not going to end anytime soon, especially considering that John Swan is about to do a stream talking about all the new information that has come out in regards to the situation within a couple hours of this video uploading. I will also be on that stream, so check out the link in the description below to watch it live, or to rewatch it if you're watching this a couple days later and it is already broadcasted. But before you do that, be sure to subscribe with notifications on to keep up to date with all the Suzy Lu news, as well as many other dramas, and follow me on Twitter if you feel inclined to be even more up to date than you would be by subscribing to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much to my channel members for supporting the channel, in particular Josh Pescator and Continued Bear for donating $30 a month. They have pretty cool YouTube channels if you'd like to check those out. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.